Have you ever faced a moment where you asked yourself, why is this happening to me? Something painful, something unfair. But then weeks or months later, you look back and realize it was a blessing in disguise. That's what today's story is about. The kind of wisdom that reminds us, whatever happens, truly happens for good. Let me tell you a story that's simple, timeless, and deeply powerful. Once upon a time, there was a kind-hearted king named Ryan. He ruled his kingdom with wisdom and fairness, and beside him was his trusted minister, Samar, a man known throughout the land for his calm nature and insightful thinking. Samar had a habit of saying, whatever happens, happens for good. No matter what the situation was, good or bad, those words would always find their way into his conversations. Some found it comforting. Others, including the king, found it a little too optimistic. One day, King Ryan was cleaning his sword, with Samar sitting quietly beside him. As fate would have it, the sword slipped and fell on the king's foot. One of his toes was cut off, and he cried out in pain. Before the royal physicians could arrive, Samar looked at the king and gently said, "My king, whatever happens, happens for good." The king was furious. "Are you mad? My toe is gone. I'm in pain. How can you say this is good?" In a fit of anger, King Ryan ordered Samar to be thrown into the royal jail. The soldiers obeyed. But as Samar was taken away, he turned back and calmly repeated, "Whatever happens, happens for good." The king was stunned. He couldn't believe how someone could accept suffering so peacefully. Months passed. One day, King Ryan went out on a hunting expedition with his men. They rode deep into the forest chasing a deer, but as the king raced ahead, he got separated from the group. Unable to find his way back, the king wandered through the thick forest. Suddenly, he was surrounded by a group of tribal people who had never seen him before. They captured him and took him to their village. These tribes practiced ancient rituals, and that day they were looking for a man to sacrifice to their deity. The king pleaded, but they didn't understand his language. They bathed him, dressed him in ceremonial clothes, and prepared him for sacrifice. Just before the final ritual, the tribal chief noticed something strange. The king's foot was incomplete. He was missing a toe. The chief stopped everything. "This man is not complete," he announced. "We cannot sacrifice him. The gods will be angered if we offer someone who isn't whole." And just like that, the king was released and allowed to go free. Back at his palace, King Ryan was overwhelmed with gratitude and realization. "If I had not lost my toe, I would have died today," he thought. Samar was right. Whatever happens, happens for good. Immediately, he ordered the release of Samar and reinstated him as the royal minister. When Samar stood before him again, the king apologized. "You were right, my friend. Losing my toe saved my life. But tell me, what about you? You were jailed for 2 months. What good did that bring to you?" Samar smiled and replied, "My king, had I not been in jail, I would have been hunting with you that day. My body is whole. The tribesmen would have sacrificed me instead. So you see, it was good for both of us." There are moments in our lives when something bad happens, a lost opportunity, a painful breakup, an unexpected failure, and we feel broken. We question life. We resist. We blame. But later, when we see the bigger picture, we realize it wasn't destruction. It was redirection. What seemed unfair was actually protecting us. What seemed like a loss was making space for something better. Because our perspective is limited. Because we try to judge the fairness of life with a mind that sees only a tiny piece of the puzzle. Because we forget that life operates on karma, on divine timing, and on lessons that unfold with time. So the next time life doesn't go your way, pause. Don't panic. Don't blame. Ask instead, what could this be teaching me? Believe that the universe is not against you. It is guiding you, even if it has to disguise help as hardship. Didn't get the job. Maybe it wasn't aligned with your purpose. Got heartbroken? Maybe it was clearing space for a healthier love. Failed an exam? Maybe it redirected you to something more fulfilling. The point is, you don't always need to understand what's happening right now. Just trust that it's happening for good. If this story touched your heart or reminded you of something you've lived through, pause and breathe. Maybe life has been trying to whisper this to you all along. Whatever happens, happens for good. If you believe that, then carry this story with you. And if you feel someone in your life needs to hear it, share it with them. Like this video, subscribe to the channel and join us for more stories that heal, inspire, and awaken the quiet wisdom within. Until next time, stay peaceful, stay patient, and trust the process. Namaste.